Welcome back to the Rainbow Six Siege Masterclass. Today I'm going to try and teach you every single spawn peak on Clubhouse. Let's get into it. Now over here on the strip club side of Clubhouse, there is a fantastic spawn peak to do out of this door. Mechanics bench, can't remember what it's called, but we'll move on. You can pick people potentially rappelling or running out wide. You get good indication as to when people are about to swing here, because normally they'll take out the camera unless they are very lazy and don't. You also can open up this wall to see out to the spawn if they want to run wide, come round, rappel up this side, go across the roof to the roof. When they spawn on this side of the map, you can put punch holes in this wall at head height, crouch height, and you can pick through this. Sometimes people like to run across to fake running into here to see if people will then shoot and then come back and then take the gunfight. Going into strip club now. All the way on the other side, over in the lockers area, there is an old school run out where you run out and throw C4. Also, you can just hold the barrels, and they also can come from over here. Now, the next spawn peak is less useful in the sense that it's not that utilized and it's not that good. People can go prone here and shoot between those two metal posts where someone can come through. They could run round wide or run out wide. Because it's such a large deviation of where people can come, this is not a good spawn peak, and then also you can swing out to the other spawn as well. Now in pool, the window in here is actually quite a useful spawn peak. This is a less spawn peak to place, so it's actually a better chance of getting a pick. People will run out the main entrance, run across the van, and then you have room to pick them here. Or if they try to run out really wide and pick up onto the windows up there, they are pretty much free game. Now moving on to kitchen. Yeah, we'll move on to kitchen first. There is the kitchen meat room or whatever run out. People can come across here, or you can swing out wide and shoot there, or you run all the way out and fire straight into their spawn. There's also a similar peak on the stairs out to dirt. Now you can do runouts from dirt as well to these spawns, but again, these are typically more risky than others. They take a little while to get set up, especially the dirt run out, and you risk a lot of exposure. One of my favorite spawn peaks on Clubhouse is this doorway. When you come up to the stairs and you prone, you can get a nice pixel angle, and you have a lot of room to see people running across. If they come from this side spawn, their head will just come across the top of this box, and they don't really have the ability to see you. But it is a very easy spot to pick and spray. There's no need to open up even any of the wood. You can do this crouched, but you are easier to be shot than if you are prone. But again, if you're prone, it's harder to move. Now, moving on, there is in the supply room, this door. If you want to open up a punch hole or a couple punch holes in this wall, you can peek pretty much perfect head glitch from the stage to the door. And you can see people running across out there, especially if you're playing the CC site. You can hold this reasonably well, and it is very hard for the person with that door shut to see underneath the door to the punch holes. If they crouch around the corner, it will literally just be their head showing. Again, you don't need this open, but you can open it if you want to, because then they might think someone was in here going to do the run out and shoot into the spawn. And it's also something to be aware of, is that run out. Now, main entrance, like the window in pool, has a similar effect. You can pick people coming out the main entrance, going to rappel up on the strip club side, or swing close and take shots over at the people trying to rappel on the garage side. Now, the most common spawn peak to be done on this map is on this window. Some people do it standing. I prefer crouch. Most people will do this point of the window, but this point is a little better because you can just about see here. Typically, if people don't see this open, which they do normally pre-fire, they will willingly run like a crackhead towards you, and then you can just move and take shots, which can reduce the chance of you being spotted and shot. Again, you can also peek it like this, but it's pretty high risk if they have any drones on you, or they just come out and pre-fire this spawn peak with any reasonable accuracy. You're going to be dead a long time before you have a chance to get your shots off. Now, be aware that the balcony can see you in both of the spawn peak spots. If you're peeking this point, the balcony can see you. They can see that that barricade's open. So, because you cannot see back at the balcony, it can carry risk. Now, people can actually just straight swing out this door, try and pick people on the stairs, or go wide on K9, and that's personal choice, and also swing breach. Optionally, you can also come over to the garage wall and peek out standing prone, because people will come around this corner. This is actually shootable through. As an attacker, you can pretty much use this to pixel peek onto the garage spawn peak. So you look here for pixel change. If they run straight past it, then you can shoot here, but they also can peek you off of this. Now, moving on to the second floor spawn peak. So that we already covered the main stairs. But again, there's typical peeking from the window out to these points, and you can see out to multiple points. And people can shoot back at you very, very easily. So I wouldn't recommend using that window to spawn peek, but denying rappel, yes. Now, this wall is very common for people to do runouts. They can open it up so they could completely do a runout, or they could have it crouched. So if there's a crouch hole, it's from like here to here to here. It's much harder for someone over in that spawn to see that this wall is open. And it is very easy for you to come out and get shots on, or you could just open up a small hole in the wall and hold for that wide swing over here, and it's actually quite effective. That's going to be all for the spawn peaks in today's video. Thank you for watching. As always, links are in the description to Fiverr. I hope everyone has a great day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.